Hi guys! So welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my TBR for Booktubeathon. I am so excited for this readathon. It's one of my favorite readathons every year to participate in, and I'm definitely participating in this year. If you guys don't know, Booktubeathon is a week-long readathon hosted by Ariel Brissett, and it actually begins midnight Monday the 24th, all the way to, of course, the 30. I think it's the 24th to the 31st. So Sunday, right at midnight, I'm gonna be, starting my books. I have pretty ambitious TBR. Of course, every time this happens, I just have so much fun, and I want to read so many books, so I end up doing it. So yeah. So there are 7 reading challenges along with video challenges, Instagram and Twitter challenges, along with Twitter sprints and stuff. So if you guys want to participate, you can follow Booktubeathon at all 3 platforms or all 3 sites, and yeah. So last year, I believe I participated in 1 or 2 video challenges, as well as I did the reading challenges. Of course, I did that all the time, but mostly I stuck with Instagram challenges because that was really all I could do. I'm not that great with the video challenges as much. So what's it called? Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the TBR. Again, there are 7 reading challenges, and I picked 8 books. Every time. Okay. I wasn't even going to pick 7. I was telling myself, and this happens every time, I tell myself, you know what? You don't need to go crazy with these readathons. You can just pick a couple books that fit all the challenges, and the only challenge you won't do is one, which is to read 7 books. That's the 7th challenge. And I was fine with that. And then I decided, you know what? Let's just do it. So I'm doing it. And then I couldn't choose between 2 books, so I just decided to add that in there too. So a lot of these can be, can go for a lot of the challenges. So I'm just going to tell you what the challenges are, and then I'm going to tell you the books that can fit it. So the first challenge is to read a book with a person on the cover. The second challenge is to read a hyped book. Then it's to finish a book in 1 day. Number 4 is to read about a character that is completely different from you. Number 5 is to read a book completely outside. Number 6 is to read a book you bought because of the cover. And number 7 is to read 7 books. Okay. So for the first challenge, to read a book with a person on the cover, all of these could fit. All of them. But the one I chose was Worlds Collide, Land of Stories, Book 6. The final book in the series by Chris Colfer. I really, really, really want to read this. So bad. I wasn't going to add this to my TBR, and then I did. Ugh, I hate when I do that. But this book just came out recently, and I have been anticipating this ever since I read the last one. So I'm going to read it. I'm going to get to this no matter what I do. And even if I don't get to it in Booktubeathon, I will definitely get to it soon. But I really want to get to it this week. I have so many books. Okay. Alright, number 2 is to read a hyped book. The one I chose is The Winter's Curse by Marie Rukowski. This book was hyped right when it came out, when the whole trilogy was coming out. The trilogy is over. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the trilogy is over. And I own the first 2 books. I don't own the 3rd one just because I don't know how I'm going to feel about the first one. And then I was really upset because, you know how I have this in paperback, okay? They changed the covers for the paperbacks when the second book came out in paperback. I was not happy. And I love these covers, and I don't like, so this, I don't know if you can see it, that is the cover of the second book, the original cover, okay? That's the original cover. They changed it, and oh, here's a better picture. Okay? They changed it, because that's the hardcover. I don't know why they changed it. It was beautiful. And if you're going to change it, do it for all of them. It really annoys me when they do cover changes. It really does. So, at least finish. Now, what they did do is that they kept the hardcovers all in the same paperback format, or in the same hardcover format. And then the only thing is the first book is in the original covers, where the second and third will probably be in the, cover I don't like at all. This cover is gorgeous. I don't know anything about it. I picked this up because it was really hyped on Booktube. Everyone was loving it, and I don't know. I think it's all about like forbidden love and something like that, and I love that. It's like a keyword for me. I love forbidden love. Okay, so this is the book I chose to read for the second challenge, to read a hype book. The third challenge, like I said, is to read a book in one day. Alright, yeah. And I chose Maid-sama, Volume 8. Yeah, Volume 8, which contains books 15 and 16. I really want to get to this, and I was kind of saving it when I found out Booktubeathon came out, because I found out a couple weeks ago, and I had already picked my TBR for the month. Spoiler for my wrap-up, which I will be filming soon since Booktubeathon is the final week. I will have a wrap-up specifically for Booktubeathon, so I will, I'll film my wrap-up, my just regular July wrap-up soon. Spoiler is that I've actually gotten to pretty much every book that I planned for that TBR. Plus more, maybe? Yeah, yeah, there's one or two books, I think one book that I read that, yeah. Not all of them, but I pretty much did. So, this was one of them on my TBR, but I saved it because I found out Booktubeathon was coming, and so I was like, well, this is perfect for Booktubeathon. So this is the one I picked for to read a book in one day, but this could also go for, to read a book completely outside, because I could do that. And I mean, all of these could also pretty much go for to read a book about a character that's different from you, because they're all different. I mean, yeah, everything here is different. The next one is to read about a character that's different from you, and I chose Ruby Red by Kirsten Gear. The reason I chose it because she's a girl who can time travel. I can't time travel. She's totally different from me. So I really want to get to it. For this one, as well as The Winter's Curse, these two are part of my 17 of 2017 books to read. I had another one. Why can't I think of it? I'm pretty sure I read it. I could have sworn I had another one planned. Or I had another one that I had... Oh, this one I'm currently reading. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So, I picked two books to read for, this I believe is also on my TBR, because I wanted to read this as my, for, you know, by 17 of 2017, and then I found out Booktubeathon was coming out, so I saved it. So yeah. Another one. But yeah, these are two books that are on my 17 of books to read this year, and I really want to get to them, so hopefully I will. Yeah. Then to read a book completely outside, again, Maid-sama would really work, but I chose Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. This is the same art that's in Fangirl, and I love Fangirl, and I have to read this. I got it just specifically because of that, as well as the fact that Rainbow Rowell blurbed it. And it just sounds good. It's all about a girl who's a sidekick for a supervillain. Okay, I'm totally good with that. And again, this is super easy to read, and I can read this in like one sitting. So, okay, you probably don't know this about me because I don't really talk about this much. I hate going outside. I am an indoors person. So, I hate being outside. I really do. Especially since it's July and it's really, really hot out there. So I don't really want to be out there for long, so I'm not going to pick up a book that's really long and it could take me hours. I just want something that'll take me maybe, you know, a half hour to an hour to read, possibly. And then even if I wanted to, I could just maybe only be out there for like 10 minutes to read this, and then the next day go out there for 10 minutes. So I don't have to read this in just one sitting. I can read this, you know, on multiple days. But again, I am not going to be out there for too long because I hate it. So, yeah, that's the book I chose for that. And then number 6 is to read a book you bought because of the cover. And I picked Dreamology by Lucy Keating. So technically, okay, so I went to the bookstore and I was going to buy it literally by Lucy Keating because that sounded really, really good. But it was there. Then I thought about it and I'm like, I don't really want to buy that in hardcover. I'll wait till it comes out in paperback. And then I saw this book right next to it and the cover was just so beautiful. I didn't even notice that it was by the same author, okay? But the cover was just so beautiful. So I was like, must buy. Okay, now I need to know what it's about. So, I mean, I love this cover. It's just really pretty. So, it was all about a girl who dreams up this guy, this really hot guy, and she kind of falls in love with him in her dream. And then one day, he's real. So, okay, that sounds really good too. So I really want to pick this up. And again, all of these books can be for the first challenge, and they're all can be for what's it called? The 4th challenge, to read a book about a character that's completely different from me. All of them fit those challenges. So, all right. So the last challenge, the easiest challenge. Well, no, not the easiest one, but the easiest one to pick for is to read 7 books. So it's just pick an extra book. If you have 6 books already on your TBR, just pick another book. And I picked 2 because I could not decide. Now, technically, one of them can be for the second as well as the first, as well as, yeah. These can, you know, be for other challenges, but yeah. Okay, let's just get to them. Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. The only thing I know about it is the fact that she's a daughter of a Pirate King, and I just want to read it. I love pirates. I love this cover. It's just so, so beautiful. I know the sequel just got their cover release, and the cover is just still really, really gorgeous. I just love that. That is so pretty. And then I really like the back and end pages. So again, I actually would have just bought this because of the cover. I actually saw the cover and was like, okay, what is that? And then I read the title and I'm like, that sounds kind of good. And Anna Banks blurbed it, says, readers should rejoice because we now have a Lady Jack Sparrow on our hands. I love Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean. So, yeah. So I really want to read this, and I've really wanted to read this for a long time, ever since I've owned it, which it just came out like this year, but I really want to read it, and I haven't picked it up yet. So, yeah. The last one I literally just bought, like maybe last week. And this could be a hyped book because this is so hyped on Booktube right now. It's not even funny. Everybody's saying that this is fantastic and it's so funny. It's so good. And I literally had to buy it like right when I found out about it. And that is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. And this, I heard, is a lot like Simon vs. Homo Sapiens Agenda, but in like the 1700s. So that sounds so good. And I know it's all about this guy named Monty who kind of goes on a, you know, like a tour of Europe, and he takes his best friend Percy or whatever, and he's kind of in love with him or something like that. Like, It's just so beautiful, and it's so good, and I really, really, really want to read it. So that's why it was so hard to choose between these two, because I've been wanting to read this for a while, and I really want to read this now. So, again, 8 books for this readathon. That is just going to be insane. But hopefully, I can finish the books that I'm actually currently reading, because I'm in the middle of 3. I'm actually in the middle of 3 books. And I want to finish them all by Sunday. Because right when midnight hits, on Sunday, you know, Sunday night, midnight, I'm going to read 1 book. Or at least I'm going to start 1 book for a little bit, and then I have to go to bed because I have to work Monday morning really early. So, of course. But I am super excited. And hopefully I will have lots of time to read. I don't know. I haven't gotten my schedule yet for this week. So we'll see. It's technically Thursday the 20th right now. So I still have a few days. I know I'll get my schedule very soon. So when I do, I will be able to plan better on like what I read and, you know, like when I read which book. But I'm super, super excited, and I really, really want to read all of them. So yeah. So that is all for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Happy reading.